In Angular, style binding is used to add inline styles to HTML elements. In most cases, we can use style binding to apply dynamic styles to an element. So, in this video, we are going to learn about style binding in Angular. Fine. Style binding seems to be similar to class binding. If you are unfamiliar with class binding, please see my previous video in the playlist. Let's get started with some code examples. I am going to create a new component called style binding. Simultaneously, we will start the application in another terminal. And in this component, let's have a h2 element with text node as style binding 1. Now, I would like to apply the color to this h2 element. However, in order to do so via style binding, we must follow the syntax, which states that we must begin with the square brackets and use the style keyword within those brackets, followed by the name of the CSS property. So, in our case, we are using color property. We must assign a string value to this. So, is equal to double quotes, and within that we will give a string value a green color. Then in the app component, we will comment out the class binding component and include the newly created style binding component. Let's save our changes and return to the browser. As a result, the h2 element is now green color, right? Fine. Let's apply the color based on the condition. So, let's create a new h2 tag with text node as style binding 2. To accomplish this, we will use a property that was declared in the component.ts file. Okay. So, the syntax should begin with square brackets, and within that square brackets, we should use style keyword followed by the dot and the CSS property. In this case, we are using background color. When using a CSS property, it can be either camel case or dash case. Okay. But I follow camel case for a reason that I will explain you later. So, is equal to double quotes, and within that double quotes I am using a property which I will declare in the TS file in the next step. Is danger is the property name, and I am using a ternary operator here. So, if is danger property returns true, the background color will be red. Otherwise, it will be in green color. Now, in the component TS file, we will declare the isDanger property with a boolean value of true. Let's save the changes and check them in the browser. Since isDanger property is true, we are seeing red background color. Let me change the boolean value to false. Now, as you can see, the background color has been changed to green, right? So, this means that in real-time application, we can change the boolean value, which in turn applies the dynamic background color to the element based on the user interaction, correct? Then, we can able to apply multiple style properties to the element. So, for this, let me declare a new property called style expression. And for that property, I will have an object of CSS properties. Let's say color is blue and text decoration is underlined. As you can see here, we cannot use a dash case. That's why I am using camel case everywhere. Now, in HTML template, we will add a new h2 element with text node as style binding 3. For this element, we are going to add multiple style properties. Here also, the syntax should start with square brackets, and within that square brackets, we should use ng style directive. Then is equal to double quotes. Within that double quotes, we have to give the property name, that is style expression, which is declared in the TS file, right? Let's save the changes and check them in the browser. Yes, as a result, we can see that the element is underlined in blue color, right? This concludes our discussion of style binding. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.